The courage and strength to serve your country is often instilled by those who came before.
I met with veterans who say the branches of the military grow from the roots of family. For some, military service is a family affair.
I had to keep an eye on him, make sure he behaved. You know,
sure.
It wasn't an easy task on my part.
I was always the troublemaker.
Kenneth and Eugene Godius are twins. At 88 years old, they think back to their time in the Army.
He had orders cut to go to Germany,
No.
and I had
to
orders
France.
cut to go to France.
Just the opposite.
So we told them that we wanted to be together, seeing that we're twins. So they changed the orders, and we both wound up in France.
The two brothers, ironically born on Flag Day, knew the soldier's path well before they walked it themselves.
We had several uncles that served in different branches of the service. We had a brother in the Navy for 4 years, and a brother in the Army, served in Germany. So we were very experienced with Army military life.
That military experience is something Dean Godius caught on to at an early age.
I was fortunate enough to be adopted into a family where I had a lot of good male role models, some of whom served in the military. So I think growing up, that was something that I admired to be like.
His grandfather and great-uncle taught him confidence, carried it with him throughout school and eventually boot camp.
They always seemed to have the answers growing up, so I contributed that to their time spent in the Army, but I had to do a one-up on them and join the Marines. So.
Which at first came as quite a shock to Dean's father.
I think there was a lot of shouting going on, right?
Quite a bit.
A lot of rage and erratic behavior. Over a very short period of time, I come to realize that he has to make his own decisions.
Though his dad wasn't a service member, he instilled a sense of fortitude that aligns with Marine Corps values.
Growing up and being in the sports that I was in, and having my dad behind me to push me every step of the way kind of fostered a grit in me, kind of the Marine grit that I felt like I needed to get through to be into the Marine Corps.
That Marine grit is comprised of honor, courage, and commitment, something Nate Connors would come to find following in his grandfather's footsteps.
At the time, somebody that I worked with happened to be a Marine reservist, and I talked to him a little bit about it, and I said that I had a really strong interest in doing the Marine Corps specifically because of my grandfather, and I just kind of wanted to carry on that family legacy, I guess you could say.
His idea was get one more stripe than I got. He's made that already to what I had, and he went in with a stripe that I didn't go in with.
For the Connors family, military service jumped every other generation. Nate's grandpa Bill became a Marine in the 60s.
I spent a year in Cherry Point, North Carolina. It's an air base. Here at Camp Sukran in Okinawa. A year at Iwakuni, Japan, which is an air base. And was discharged about three days after Kennedy was shot.
Nate is part of the Marine Corps Security Force in Washington. He recently found out he was rising in rank, and his grandfather would be the one to go down to D.C. and pin the promotional stripe.
It meant a lot to me to be able to have him there and have him actually be part of the ceremony. There was definitely some butterflies in the stomach, and I know even my mom said that she was starting to tear up.
It's quite an honor. Something I never expected years ago. He's quite a kid. He makes me really proud.
Both the Connors and Godius families represent a legacy of service, shaped by the loved ones who came before and carried on by those who answered the call. Role models for generations to come.
It's special for me to be able to serve in the same branch that my grandfather did.
This country is amazing, and I'm honored to serve it, and I would do it again if I had to.